All right, so let's kind of talk through what we have here. So we're told that EC is 9, that the whole thing AC is 19. So what does that mean is left for EA? 10, right? Okay, so that's segment addition. And then we're also told that this whole thing BD is 23. All right, so when you set this up to solve it, you don't know what BE and ED are. Okay, so you have to use a variable to represent one of those. It doesn't matter which one. I'll just put it here as BE. Okay, if that expression X represents BE and you know the whole thing is 23, how would you describe the other part? Yeah, so again, remember it's segment addition, right? One of those alternate forms of it. The part is equal to the whole minus the other part. So the whole is 23 minus the other part, X. So those would be your expressions. And what you can now do is use the rule for chords intersecting. The product of their segments is equal. So X times 23 minus X has to equal 9 times 10. Okay, so when you distribute this out and simplify what you have 23x minus x squared is equal to 90. Move everything to one side. Again, anytime you're dealing with an equation with multiple variables, if it's more than just one variable, you move everything to one side, set it equal to 0. If it's a single term with a variable, just isolate that term. So here we're going to add x squared to both sides, subtract a 23x from both sides, leave the 90. Set that equal to 0. And what we're then going to do is look to factor. So what you have to do is you have to find, are there any factors of 90 whose sum, because the sign is the same, so we know that these are either both pluses or both minuses. Since the sum of the outer and inner product, remember we're reverse foiling here, the sum of the outer and inner products is negative, so we know that each of these has to be a negative. So what two factors of 90 have a sum of negative 23? And again, if you just look up here, you can kind of break it down and see, but what you wind up with is 18 and 5. Okay, so those have a product of 90, a sum of negative 23, so those are your values. And so the final thing is just to use zero product rule, set these equal to 0, which you should be able to do mentally. Okay, x could be 18, x could be 5. And now, do you know which one is which? If you base it on the appearance, you'd say 18 is the longer one. So you would say 18 is the longer one and x is the shorter one. You don't know which one is which. All you know is that one is 5 and one is 18. And if I gave you additional information and said something like DE is greater than BE, then you can know specifically what they are. But if not, then you just know that the two measures are 18 and 5.